Once again, a huge thank you goes out to Titan Comics for sending this book my way. In March, creator Amazing Ameziane, again, apologize for the pronunciation, wrote and produced an incredible biography comic, Quentin by Tarantino. This time, Ameziane has taken on the life and incredible career of Francis Ford Coppola. The style of the comic is a biography, but presented in a way of an autobiography. Coppola is the main character in his own story. It's a unique approach for sure. The narrative structure takes Coppola from before he was in the movie business through the upcoming megalopolis. The story told in chronological order, with the character of Coppola jumping out of the story to add context, reference other works or events, and even break the fourth wall to talk to the reader. This reads like Coppola having a very manic conversation, and I mean that as a compliment, with you rather than a dictation that follows a strict timeline. Instead of writing a straight-up biography that would have been great with this level of research and detail, Ameziane's choice to go to the graphic novel format gives a fun and energetic flair to the stories inside. The book does have distinct chapters, but even within those chapters are multiple scenarios that string together, making the storytelling lightning fast. The asides, references, and visual aids add a lot of shortcuts for Ameziane, who may have been tied down if they went with the traditional novel narration. I hate to think that releasing this in a graphic novel form is going to cost them some readers, however. There are some people who just don't read comics. I know, they're weirdos, but it's their loss. This is a full-on graphic novel, but the way that the story unfolds and the fact this is an interesting true story with a ton of references to keep it honest makes the book feel more like a mixed media journey than anything else. The title of the book, Don Coppola, is an obvious reference to the fact that Coppola took Mario Puzo's 1969 novel of the same name, The Godfather, and created a cinematic universe before we even had a name for what that is. The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2 are always considered on best movies of all time lists. A lot of time is spent on the making of The Godfather 1 and 2, which makes sense, but here come the hate comments. For me, personally, The Godfather is overrated. My interest waned as the book kept going on and on about these two movies. I found the miniseries The Offer about the making of The Godfather even more interesting than watching The Godfather itself. A lot of the same events in that miniseries and this book are covered, but nothing ever feels like a retread since this is a real-life story. Not only that, but there's even more information on Ameziane's book that I had never heard of, despite having watched all the DVD extras, it is cinema history, the miniseries, and who knows how many interviews with Coppola himself. My interest waning is no fault to Ameziane's work in this book. The story's well told, and in their unique style, it's entertaining as it can be. I just wanted to move on to other topics at a point. When the Godfather chapters close and the book moves on, I was instantly hooked again. We got to Apocalypse Now, another classic that is always on the all-time great lists. Also, another movie that had a notoriously difficult production. The majority of the book tackles Coppola's largest works from the 70s, which makes sense. I just would have liked the book to be a little bit longer so we could get some love for his smaller but still significant works. Coppola serves as the main character and reliable narrator. He brings in a cast of cameos chosen from the legends he's worked with. Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Martin Sheen, John Milius, Diane Keaton, Talia Shire, Robert Duvall, Gene Hackman, John Cazale, Andy Garcia, Sophie Coppola, and of course, presented with all the personal bias I can muster, George Lucas. The artwork isn't the best I've seen in a graphic novel, but it is good. Coppola isn't the most distinct man to draw. It's clear who he is and who everyone else who pops in is. And that's ultimately the most important thing. This is a vehicle to tell a story. An interesting story that every movie fan should read. Regardless of your personal feelings on any of Coppola's specific works, you can't deny the man is a legend in the field. He's great at his craft, and he has left a lasting impact on the world of film. I say left like he's done, but he's not. He even has a new sci-fi epic coming out sometime this year, something that's been kicking around in his brain for 3 decades. According to the Coppola in this book anyway. Don Coppola is available now wherever you get your comics and many places where you get your books. You can get this title along with Quentin by Tarantino from titancomics.com, that's titan-comics.com, link in the description, and stay on the lookout because Ameziane isn't done yet. Next, they're tackling Martin Scorsese.